Hi, Deco and Dice friends. Welcome to Thaumaturgy Thursday. My name is Cherrae Stuart, and I run the Magic Beans Apothocary YouTube channel, and I am guesting on this week's Thaumaturgy Thursday. We're making magic wands. So first of all, I'm going to just use regular chopsticks because, like most people in quarantine, we're doing a lot of takeaway, a lot of takeout, a lot of Chinese food. I also have these bamboo sticks you can use. These are really easy to find at a garden center or even at the dollar store in the garden section. They use them to hold up tomatoes. I like to use leftover beads I have hanging around. This is sort of one of those projects where you have a lot of odds and ends left from other projects, and you can just kind of mix and match and make something cool. So I'll start with my chopstick, and first I want to make sure that it has a nice rounded point, because you definitely don't want to accidentally stab somebody or yourself. So I'll just file down the point of the chopstick with a little sandpaper. Make sure it's nice and round. Not sure you can see that, but there you go. Nice and round. No stabbing here. Then I'll just go ahead and give the whole thing a good once over to get all the extra splinters off. Also, it's given a nice little scuff to the wood to make sure that everything sticks that we need to stick. So we have our clean wood. We'll pick a bead or something to go on the base of our wand. I'm going to use hot glue and floral wire to attach the bead. So first of all, I will just try to thread this wire on your bead. This works if you have the kind with 2 holes. This one has a lot of holes, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw this right quick. So now I'm going to use hot glue and glue down the bead to the base of my wand. This is just to make sure that it holds in place while I wrap it with the wire. So this gives it a little bit of extra support. Once your glue is dry and holding, you can take the wire and start to wrap it around the stick. And this is what's going to make sure that this bead is here to stay. Once I get down to the end, I will twist the ends of this wire together so it becomes one braided wire. And then I'll take that braided wire and wrap that around the stick as well. Now we're all wired up. It's time to take your hot glue and make the base of your wand. Starting at about a quarter of the way up your gem, you'll go ahead and glob on hot glue, and this is working to melt together your wand's power source to the shaft. Moving down the length of the wand, you'll add less and less glue, making random sort of patterns and leaving wood showing. So it's really heavy at the very top of your gem, and then it gets less and less as you get down the wand. For this particular wand, I'm going to do about a third. For most wands, you'll probably want to do a third to half. If you're going to get more detailed in your design, you can go all the way to the tip. Now for this wand, I'm going to do a little bit of design carving with the end of the hot glue. So I have my dried glue, and now I'm just going to run that hot tip around in a spiral pattern to kind of give it some shape. So it's got a nice carved spiral pattern. And once I paint that, it's going to look really nice. Now I have some leftover beads I'm going to just trim some of these off, and then I'm going to use the circle beads and add a little bit of these to the shaft of the wand to kind of bring some of that beaded pattern from my wand's power source into the design around going down the length of the wand. Now I probably should have been using tweezers for this, but you know, you just want to be really careful. You're adding these little things into very hot glue and you don't want to get glue burns on your fingertips. But at this point my fingertips are more glue than skin, so here we go. Now we're ready for paint. I like to use acrylic paints. If you've watched the Magic Beans channel, you know I really like to use discarded makeup. I don't wear makeup very much, but I have it. People give it to me as gifts, and I use it for crafts. I really like using shimmery eyeshadow for this type of project because it adds a really nice sheer layer of shimmered color that you can't really get from paint. I also love using nail polish, clear, black. You can use different colors. You can use iridescent. Wands with iridescent fingernail polish are excellent. So we're ready to go. You can see the glue is dried. And first I'll start with acrylic paint. I'll mix my darkest colors to paint the wood. I'm going to go ahead and do a nice layer of this mixture of black, mahogany brown, and maybe some metallic, I think I'll use an espresso color, just over the entire length of the wand up to the gem. I'm going to do this because I want to make sure that all the wood is covered in between the cracks of where the glue is. So I'll just go ahead and cover the glue. I'm adding a little bit of water to thin down the paint. You don't want to glop on paint. It's working more like a stain. You just want to get it to dry really quickly as well. And I'm using darker and darker colors as I get closer to the base. Now that that's dry, I'm going to use my black nail polish and cover the glue, making sure I get deep into those nooks and crannies of the glue. And that's going to look really nice. Once the nail polish is dry, I'll pick out the colors I want to use in my eyeshadow. I'm going to use a nice rose gold and just dust it over the nail polish. The black really takes the metallic powdered pigment really well. So I'm bringing in a lot of this nice pink and rose gold, and then I will take a little bit of green just to add some contrast and a little bit of iridescent when you turn it. And then I'll finish off the highest highs with some gold acrylic on just a little bit of highlight to bring in that gold from the power source. And now we're all done. I'll go ahead and give it a nice seal with some clear coat. I like to use matte. That way when you have photographs, it shows up really well. The colors show up really well. Since we're using a powdered pigment, it'll have a tendency to rub off. You want to make sure that you coat it with some kind of an acrylic clear coat. There you go. Magic wand. You can check out more from the Magic Beans YouTube channel. I'll be making some more different kinds of wands with different materials and different woods and different gems and power sources. And also, hopefully soon, these will be available to purchase from the 3 Gear Games, 3 Gear Studios shop. And we'll have more information that'll be added to the descriptions of these videos as soon as they're ready to go. Thanks for watching.